Hari Om Tat Sat. Welcome to Swami Jyotirmayananda Society, our journey to self realization. Please subscribe for our mystical meanings and to enjoy daily satsang. We are currently exploring Srimad Bhagavad Gita, commentaries by Swami Jyotirmayananda Ji Maharaj, narrated by myself, Swami Nikhilananda. So today we will be starting chapter number 12, also known as Bhakti Yoga, the yoga of devotion. In this chapter, Lord Krishna teaches that for most people, the worship of the Sagun aspect of God, that is, the God with the form and attributes, qualities, is easier than that of the Nirgun aspect of God, God without form and attributes. Saguna worship will automatically lead one to Nirguna worship. So it's a progressive movement as the devotee advances. A series of disciplines are outlined for developing unflinching devotion to God. The characteristics of a perfect devotee are given so that a yogi may aspire to these and thus become very dear to God. So it is a very profound chapter because without devotion, all our intellect and knowledge and everything is helpful, but it keeps us at a relatively lower plane. If we really want to grow and then surrendering to God to enjoy the glories of God is very important, and also egolessness, humility, and total surrender, where we try to merge into God. For that level, we need intense devotion. Otherwise, we can memorize shlokas, do give great speeches, impress people, and share our intellectual knowledge. All that is good, but without devotion, it is not enough. It's helpful, but then egolessness has to come in, our purification has to come in. There are many things we have to be holistically processing in order to be a pure devotee. God simply needs simplicity. Being a devotee is simple. One can be totally uneducated. They may not know how to sign their name, yet if their heart is full of devotion, they're very dear to God, those people. So Arjuna Vacha, let's start the shloka number 1. Evam satata yukta ye bhaktastvam parayupasate ye chapyaksharam avyaktam tesham ke yoga vittamaha. Arjuna asked, of the two types of yogis, those who worship you with form, endowed with steadfast devotion, and those who are devoted to the worship of the imperishable, non manifest Brahman, which of these, the two worshippers, is better versed in yoga? Which one is better? So Arjuna is asking a beautiful question to Lord Krishna. Oh Krishna, oh God, you're saying that there is one with form, one without form, both of them are me. Remember the cosmic form that God showed Arjuna, the infinite form with endless qualities and things, and even that Arjuna could not digest, let alone being beyond that, which is the totally attributeless form. So then Arjuna requested God to come into his compassionate, kind human form. So now God is answering. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Maya Veshamano Meyamam Nitya Yukta Upasate Shraddhaya Parayopetaste Mem Yukta Mamataha. The blessed Lord said, those who, having fixed their minds on me, endowed with supreme faith, worship me with ceaseless devotion, they are, in my opinion, the best skilled in yoga. So, God is giving us very general, high level guidelines that those who have fixed their minds in me, meaning one pointed devotion to God, and they have intense faith. They don't doubt themselves. They know God exists, and therefore all their actions are aligned with that. And they worship me with ceaseless devotion, even when God doesn't listen to their prayers, because they understand that God is doing it for their benefit. There must be something very deep for that we cannot see right now, that God is protecting us from. So that is the level of faith they have. So God says, in my opinion, these are the ones, these devotees are skilled in yoga. Continuing, Shloka 3, excuse me. ये त्वक्षरमनिर्देश्यम् अव्यक्तं परयुपासते सर्वत्र गमचिन्त्यं च कूटस्थमचलं ध्रुवम्. Here God says, those who worship the imperishable, the indefinable, the unmanifest, the omnipresent, the indescribable, the immutable, the immovable, and the eternal. So here God is giving us all the attributes of the infinite, God without a form. And that God particle, that infinite, is also within us as our Atma, as our consciousness, as God had guided us in chapter 2. He says, I am within you as the imperishable, indefinable. I cannot manifest, you don't see my form inside, but I am there, I am omnipresent, no one can describe me fully, and therefore I am eternal. So God is giving us all these attributes of the infinite. Continuing, Shloka 4, सन्नियम्येन्द्रियग्रामं सर्वत्र समम बुद्धयः ते प्राप्नुवन्ति मामेव सर्वभूतहिते रताः. So with their senses restrained and endowed with a balanced mind, engaged in the welfare of all beings, verily they too attain me. So God is saying, even though I am omnipotent, omnipresent, indefinable, unmanifest, immutable, eternal, still they do hatha yoga. Hatha yoga, they perform severe penance, they control their senses, and they keep equanimity of mind. So they are engaged in kindness and good acts and the welfare of all beings. They see me meaning God. So they see themselves in everybody, they see God in all. So those people also come to me. So God is saying, there both of them are entitled to come to me. Moving on to Shloka 5, क्लेशोऽधिकतरस्तेषाम् अव्यक्तासक्तचेतसाम् अव्यक्ता हि गतिर्दुःखम् देहवद्भिर्वाप्यते. Of course, the worshippers who have their minds attached to the non-manifest absolute have to exercise greater effort, because oneness with the unmanifest is attained with difficulty for those who are centered in the body. So, because they first have to control the body, the mind, the senses, the intellect, and do a lot of neti neti, not this, to find the unmanifest within. So here they are saying that is a progressive movement. So those worshipping me that way, they do attain me, but it takes a great amount of effort, and of course it's a difficult path going within. That's why most people during meditation they struggle, or they say they have lots of thoughts coming in. But devotion is easy, everybody's feet start tapping when there is a good bhajan or there's a good song going on, etc. So here God is saying that, because Arjuna's question was about both the manifest and the non manifest, with form and without form. Shloka 6. Ye tu sarvani karmani Mai sanyasya matparah ananyainaiva yogena mam dhyayanta upasate. But those who worship me, having offered all actions to me, devoted steadfastly to me, meditating upon me with one pointed yoga. So now God is coming back to the devotees. He says, those devotees who simply worship me in any form, it could be Rama, Krishna, Krishna, Rama, or Devi, Hanumanji, um, the any form, Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, or any religion, it doesn't matter, Allah, Jesus, anything, because it's got a name, a form, and an attribute, and God is everywhere in everything. So God is not religion partial. He doesn't only like one and hate another. There is no such thing. God belongs to everybody in equal ways. We just have to work hard at our level to attain him. But here he is saying, those who are devoted to me steadfastly and they are always thinking of me, uh, that is, they are moving on. And he explains further, Teshamaham samuddhartha mrityu sansara sagarat bhavami na chirat partha maya veshita chetasam. O Parth, O Arjuna, for those whose minds are immersed in me, I become their savior from the ocean of repeated births and deaths in a short time. Beautiful, isn't it? In a short time, God says. It doesn't take a very long time, because your minds, you have given yourself completely to God. In other words, you are attached to God because you have given your essence to him. So then he says, this sansara sagar, or this ocean of the world process, is indeed very deep, very vast, very wide, and not everybody can understand it or comprehend it. But those who have faith, who come to me, I take hold of them, I guide them. So here, for example, in India, we have two comparisons. One is of a monkey's baby, and the other one is a kitten cat's baby. So when a monkey's baby, you may have seen, latches on to his mother, the mother runs from one tree to the other or jumps around, and it's the baby's job to hold on to the mother tightly, and otherwise he'll fall. And in the cat's case, the little kitten just sits there, and the mother gently comes and lifts her with her teeth and takes her around when the kitten is very small. So here bhakti is known as being a kitten's child, and then jnana is being a monkey's child. But the fact is, we need both. We need wisdom, we also need to have the analytical understanding of the body, and also the devotion. So the progress is much more holistic, as our Guruji teaches us, through integral yoga. Integrate your personality, like tuning your musical instrument, the guitar, for example. It has 6 strings. If one of the string is out of tune, it won't play properly. So therefore all of them have to be neither too tight nor too loose, just right, like Little Red Riding Hood's porridge. Not too hot, not too cold. So that is what integral yoga guides us with. So we will continue this beautiful journey. I hope you're enjoying it as much as I am, in sharing these deep shlokas and the wisdom of Lord Krishna and the narration of our Puja Gurudev, um, Swami Jyotirmayananda Maharaj. So I will see you in tomorrow's satsang. Hari Om Tat Sat.